Hello and welcome back to another video on the Football Zone and to a weekend previewing Premier League Championship action this weekend. Let's get straight into it on Friday night with Aston Villa taking on Leeds. And Joe, this is an interesting game because Villa obviously losing to Stevenage in the Cup. They'll be desperate to respond from that. But on the whole, it has been a positive start to life under Unai Emery. But Leeds, seem to be the draw special at the moment, drawing the last 3 games, winless in a while, so they need to get a win here. But I think Villa at home continue their positive start in the league, at least under Emery, so I'm going to say 1-0 to them. Moving on then to the Manchester derby on Saturday lunchtime, Manchester United taking on Manchester City. And United's form at Old Trafford is just absolutely incredible. 7 wins on the trot now, I think it is, over that maybe. And so they're playing so well, so this is going to be such a tough game for Man City. If the performance that Southampton was anything to go by, then they're not going to get anything out of here, but they really need to. The gap's still at 5 points to Arsenal. I'm going to say it'll be a draw, but it's a game that you really feel like could go either way depending on how each team performs, really. Moving on into the Annex, and Brighton hosting Liverpool, and Brighton 5-1 win against Middlesbrough last time out, 4-1 win last time out in the league. It's just good times for them under Roberto De Zerbi, really, isn't it? Playing really lovely stuff, and Liverpool coming here not on the best of form. Couldn't beat Wolves last week, couldn't beat Brentford in the league, lost them in fact. Liverpool just struggling on the moment, and it's not going to be an easy game at all for them at the moment. I can see them just about getting past it, but I say that with very little confidence. Moving on then to Everton, and they host Southampton. Southampton obviously the team of the week, defeating Man City decisively, really, in the League Cup. Won in the FA Cup last time out as well. But Everton, their form's not good. But of course, this is a crucial 6 points down at the bottom. Everton on 15, Southampton on 12. Southampton need to get winner, whereas they could start to be cut adrift, really. But Everton, they need a win too. Pressure's going on Lampard. I'm going to say it'll be a draw. It could go either way, though. Moving on into Forest as they take on Leicester at the City ground. And Forest coming into this one off the back of a really good win over Wolves on penalties in the League Cup to get through to semi-finals. They obviously have big momentum after that. Leicester losing, their form just hasn't been too good since the restart, has it? They're in 13th, still think they'll be fine, but you never know. But Forest are level on points of them, it's a game that you feel like could go either way. I'm going to say it'll be a draw, and I'm going to say it'll be quite a job occasion, so I'm going to say 0-0. Moving on into another big 6-pointer at the bottom of the table. Wolves taking on West Ham. We've got 20th and 18th taking on each other, and 19th and 17th. So that's just kind of really an example of how big this weekend is down at the bottom. And with Leicester against Forest, you've got 13th v 15th, both level on points. So there we go. But moving on to this game. Wolves and West Ham kind of struggling along at the moment, aren't they? They're not doing much to really get themselves out of trouble. It's a game which both teams, I think, will be scared to lose. So I'm going to have to say it'll be a draw. Moving on then to Brentford as they take on Bournemouth at the Brentford Community Stadium. Brentford coming into this one off the back of 1-0 loss to West Ham in the Cup, but before then, they defeated West Ham, they defeated Liverpool in the league on a really good run, weren't they? But Bournemouth, things have gone very wrong quite quickly for Gary O'Neill. 5 losses on the trot after a really good run, they're now really being sucked into relegation danger. And you think Brentford, with the form they've shown recently in the Premier League, it should be a comfortable home win for them here, really. Moving on then to Chelsea as they take on Crystal Palace at Stamford Bridge, and Chelsea, it really is, let's face it, crisis time at the moment. Filming it just before the full match, I don't know what they're going to do here, in this they've been really struggling, haven't they? Losing to Man City and all of that. Palace, they've got the ability to spring a surprise. Lost the last 2 though, so that'll be a bit concerning. But I think Chelsea will get the win. But if Palace perform, they can stop them. Newcastle taking on Fulham at St James's Park. Newcastle coming into this one off the back of the 2-0 win to Leicester. Big win for them because they were winless in 3 before that, getting through to semi-finals. Their hopes are now be on a trophy potentially, but they're still firmly in the top 4 race, currently sitting in 3rd, and Fulham in 7th. This is not going to be an easy game for Newcastle at all, really. But you feel like with the squad they have, they should be able to get past it. But with the way Fulham are playing, it's not going to be easy for them. Moving on into Tottenham as they take on Arsenal at White Hart Lane. And Tottenham coming into this one off the back of a 4-0 win against Palace, 1-0 win against Pompey in the FA Cup, but before then their form hasn't really been great, whereas Arsenal have just been continuing going from strength to strength. Obviously last time out in the Premier League they only drew with only drew with Newcastle, sorry. So yeah, they want to get back to winning ways in the league. And yeah, Tottenham are performing at the best at the moment, so I'm going to say Arsenal will get the win here. I'm going to say 1-0, and they'll extend their lead at the top. Moving on into the Championship, and Rotherham hosting Blackburn on 12:30. And yeah, Rotherham at the moment, they're just in awful form, really sliding down the table now, and the 21st, surely only going to be a matter of time before they fall into the relegation zone, you'd have thought. And yeah, Blackburn currently sitting in third, decent gap to 7th, with how tight the league is, 3 points, so they'll be looking to build on that. And yeah, with the form that Rotherham are in at the moment, you'd really expect Blackburn to be winning this sort of game, so I'm going to say it'll be 2-0 to Rovers. Moving on into Bristol City taking on Birmingham at Ashton Gate. And yeah, Bristol City coming into this one kind of draw specialist at the moment, 3 draws on the trot, winless in 5, so they need to start getting some wins really, don't they? But taking on the Birmingham side, who have lost the last 3 and are starting to slide down the favour as well, still got 6 points to relegation zone, but you know, they can't afford too many more defeats. So yeah, it's a game you feel like could go either way. Could Birmingham for a surprise get back to early season form. Bristol City seems to be masters of the draw, and I'm going to say that will continue. I'm going to say 1-1. Moving on into Burnley as they take on Coventry at Turf Moor, and Burnley defeating Premier League side Bournemouth, albeit last time out in the Cup, 4 wins on the trot, kind of showing that they're Premier League ready, and surely it will be only a matter of time before we see them back in the Premier League. But Coventry, 4-3 loss to Wrexham, that'll be really damaging. League form hasn't been great either recently. They need to get back on track, but saying such a tough opponent, you really feel it will be tough for them this week. May have to wait until next week, and I'm going to say it will be a 3-0 win Burnley here. Yeah, they're just a class of the division at the moment, aren't they? But moving on then to Hull as they take on Huddersfield at the KCOM. And yeah, Hull coming into this one off the back of a loss to Fulham, but in the league before that, 2 really good away wins, so they'll be coming into this one with a bit of confidence. Huddersfield, 2 losses on the trot in all comps after 2 big wins, gave them some hope, but you know, they need to make sure they can back that up, otherwise it will really count for nothing winning it. But I'm going to say it will be a 2-0 win for Hull. Moving on to Luton as they take on West Brom at Kenilworth Road, and yeah, Luton coming into this one off the back of 3 wins in the league and a draw in the FA Cup against Wigan. So yeah, they're coming into this in good form, but so will West Brom, drawing against Chesterfield though, negative home therefore, even though it was a totally changed side, so I doubt it. But yeah, this is going to be an interesting game between 2 of the form sides in the division, and you're looking forward to seeing which way it ends up. I'm going to say it will be a 1-1 draw. At the Riverside, Middlesbrough take on Millwall, in a game between 2 teams chasing the playoffs. Obviously Middlesbrough on a really great run before leading 5-1 to Brighton in the Cup, so yeah, hopefully that hasn't damaged their momentum really in the league. But Millwall currently still set in the playoffs in 6th place, only in goal difference, but still same points as Middlesbrough. But the way Michael Carrick's side are playing at the moment, I think it will be a bit too tough for Millwall this game. I'm going to say it will be a 2-0 win for the Borough, and they continue their momentum and kind of cement themselves in the playoffs. Moving into Preston taking on Norwich at Deepdale, and yeah, Preston coming into this one, you know, on a mixed run of form, I would say. Norwich obviously appointing Dean Smith. Preston won their last 2, but before that lost the last 3. Norwich appointing David Wagner, after sacking Dean Smith. And yeah, their form isn't great at the moment. They need to start getting some wins really to have any chance of just even staying in the playoff race with the way they're going. I'm going to say they draw here just because Preston, 2 wins on the trot, starting to gather some momentum now. But moving on into Reading as they take on QPR at the Medeski. And yeah, Reading coming into this one, 2-0 win over Watford in the Cup. Good result. Before that, league form was a bit mixed, but you know, still doing very solid, really over-exceeding pre-season ambitions. But QPR not on the best run of form at the moment, 2 draws and 2 losses, lost to Fleetwood last night, wouldn't have helped either. So yeah, it's a game that I think Reading maybe feel confident going into, but I think it's an away game as well that QPR feel like they should and could be able to get something out of as well. I'm going to say it'll be a 1-1 draw this one. At Bramall Lane, Sheffield United take on Stoke, and this is an interesting one. Sheffield United obviously flying at the moment, 9 points clear of Blackburn in third. And yeah, looking like they're closing in on a return to the Premier League already, really, don't they? But yeah, Stoke, their league form's been really poor recently, but did get a good 3-0 win. Was only at Hartlepool, but you know, a win's a win at the end of the day, isn't it? But sitting in 18th, 4 points clear of relegation, so they need to start picking up some points. But I think, they might have to wait again until next week, because Sheffield United just seem like a tough opponent now. But moving on into Vicarage Road as Watford take on Blackpool. Watford losing to Reading in the Cup last week wasn't their best team, but getting a big win away at Norwich in the last league game, which gives them some confidence after 2 losses in the trot. But you know, for them, still sitting pretty solidly in the playoffs. And they'll be looking to continue that momentum. Blackpool, we need to see the performance they put against Forest last time out in the Championship, because they just haven't been showing that so far this season. If they do, they'll probably have a good chance of staying up. As is, I'm not sure. I'm going to say this will be a 2-0 win for Watford. Moving on into Cardiff as they take on Wigan at the Cardiff City Stadium. And Cardiff coming into this one kind of a draw specialist at the moment, gutted after losing that 2-0 lead to Leeds with the player sent off, but there we go. But in the Championship, like I say, kind of drawbacks, but Wigan, their form's been horrendous really since Kolo Toure came in. I kind of feel like that is the wrong appointment. Now they're rooted to the bottom of the Championship. It's looking tough for them at the moment, isn't it really? And I'm going to say this will be a 2-0 win for Cardiff. They need a big win really to kind of get themselves out of danger. Moving on into Sunderland as they take on Swansea at the Stadium of Light, and Sunderland did 2-1 when Jurassic come back against Shrewsbury, and they're doing well at the moment in the Championship as well, really right in the playoff frame. But Swansea, their form's not been great. Hopefully they'll start to pick up some form, but 4 points outside the playoffs. They're still firmly in the race. Sunderland 1 point outside the playoffs, so yeah, it's a big game for both these sides really. With how close to the league, 1 loss, 1 win, it makes a big difference. It kind of seems at the moment, but yeah, I'm going to say it will be a draw this one. But anyway guys, that's it for you. Thanks very much for watching. To like, share, subscribe, next up, comment down below, follow and share for daily football news and scrolls from channel, and I would greatly appreciate it. Thanks very much for watching. Peace out.